On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what gwan. A blessed and wonderful Friday morning to each and every person out there tuning in to On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we're going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off with some international stories where two Jamaican nationals who were detained in Belize pleaded guilty on Wednesday to separate charges and were fined. They have since been identified as 37-year-old Devon Dean and 24-year-old Cairo Fisher. Dean was charged with escaping custody and aggravated assault after he reportedly used a wooden chair to hit an immigration officer at a hotel on Monday after being denied entry. He pleaded guilty to escaping custody after jumping through a window to purchase food and was fined $800. The aggravated assault charge was dropped after his attorney, Norman Rodriguez, argued that it was based on a law that was non-existent. After he paid his fine, Dean was again detained by Belize Immigration Department an hour after stepping out of court. It happened whilst speaking to a reporter from 7 News. So now we are going to hear from the Jamaican Devon Dean, who spoke with a 7 News reporter when he was again detained. Listen.
A terrible disaster. They have me under terrible disaster, no medication, anything, pain and everything. So they hand me over to the police, and when they hand me over to the police, they say they don't in charge of me anymore. So with my lawyer at the moment.
Devon Dean was subsequently led away by an immigration officer. Dean claimed that he was injured on the foot by an immigration officer after escaping custody. His co-accused, Cairo Fisher, was fined $300 or 3 months imprisonment. The court heard that he harmed a security guard on duty at the hotel where he was detained. Dean and Fisher arrived in Belize on the 24th of October among a group of 7 people. The men told immigration that they were in the country to visit relatives, but only 2 people from that group were allowed entry, as immigration officers probably had felt that they were using their country as an in-transit into Mexico to deal with the US border a certain type of way. Well, that never worked out. Now they're on a flight back to JA. Yeah, man, saying away back to local style. Now, as the Christmas season approaches, yes, me say Christmas. We all know, say, we as Jamaican, that's how we deal with the situation. But as the Christmas season approaches, whole heap of pickpocket the outer road there. And members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force will on 2 of the pickers them. But this time, as usual, the pickers was not male pickers, but this time female pickers. So 2 women, one of whom was being sought by the police for more than a year, have been charged with simple larceny. The women have been identified as 41-year-old Tanisha Rose. She's of a Penwood Road address in a Waterhouse. So the next female has since been identified as 47-year-old Nicole Davis. She come from over Seaview Gardens. The two were held close to midday on Thursday by undercover police at the intersection of Barry Street and Matthews Lane, the same place what we call Matches Lane, downtown Kingston. Several vendors downtown accuse Miss Rose of being a well-known pickpocket who operates mainly in the market district on Thursdays and on Saturdays. So you know say at the two main market day that. Police sources stated that both City Centre Police Station, that's in the Kingston Central Police Division, and the Darling Street Police Station, that is in the Kingston Western Police Division, have interest in interviewing both women. People who may have been victims of these criminal elements. Please, you are being asked to make a formal report to either police stations. Yeah, man. So another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Now we are going to talk about a taxi operator. We get caught up all the way over there in the St. Catherine North Police Division. The police have launched a manhunt for the criminal elements who took the life of this man, presently on your screen identified as 57-year-old Lester Sylvine. He's of a White House housing scheme address in the parish of St. Catherine. Now it is reported that sometime around 7 o'clock, the cabbie was at a shop along Bowie Road when he was pounced upon by a criminal element who opened gunfire, hitting him all over the upper body and head. He was, however, rushed to the Linstead General Public Hospital in a bid to save his life, but sadly so, he was pronounced, you know what. No motive has been established for his fatal knockings and clappings. The cabbie's loss of life brings to 85 the number of reported homicides in the St. Catherine North Police Division since the start of the year. Now we have seen an increase and uptick in crime and violence, especially in the general Bagwalk to Linstead to Yuatan environs in recent months. So anyone having any information surrounding the whereabouts of the Nakis and Clappis that took the life of that cab driver, please alert any police station within the confines of the St. Catherine North Police Division. And as always, my peeps, if you don't wish to talk to the police, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger, give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Poor me, I tell you, my peeps. The thing rough. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Manchester Police Division, the Manchester Police is presently investigating an incident that took place not too long ago. A female is now telling her horrific story and ordeal after she took a public passenger vehicle, namely a taxi. She took that vehicle with the intention of taking it into the town of Mandeville. But the female stated that the motor vehicle, the PPV taxi that she was in, took an unusual turn. So she then asked the taxi driver, where is he going? And his answer was, we are Kayaga, Spanish town. But anyway, listen to what the female had to say.
Taxi driver taking away people, private vehicles. You know, so much people just go missing, no tail to tell. I thank God I got the chance to jump out and I made use of that opportunity because you see people's face, you don't see their heart. I heard a car coming behind me. I looked around and realized it was a PPV vehicle. I waved down the vehicle stopped and I beckoned Mandeville. The driver said yes. I went up to the vehicle and went in the vehicle. When I went in the vehicle, I realized that it was 3 men in the vehicle, the driver and 2 other men, a younger one in the front, an older one in the back. He didn't go in the roundabout, which take you to Mandeville. He proceeded down the highway. I said to the driver, a Mandeville, Mr. Me are going now. He responded, Spanish town, where I go. Immediately, I fly the door. I was seated behind him. I fly the door. He proceeded down the highway. I waited about a minute, and then I jumped out the vehicle straight onto the asphalt. People came down and they said to me, what happened, what happened? I told them what had happened, that I took this car, he said he's going into Mandeville, and I see him divert and say, Spanish Town where I go, so I jump out. The driver, the people them say, driver, you're wicked, so. And him say, I joke me that make, I joke me that make. The people them stand say, what kind of joke that? You can't run them a serious joke with passenger. And the woman life you talk about, can the woman go to hospital? I told them, no, I'm not going with him. There's no way I could go in that car with him. I'm not going to hospital with him. I prefer die on the road. I scrambled down to his vehicle and looked in the vehicle to see if I see the license displayed. I didn't see any. So I took off the license number off the plates and took a taxi, tried to get into Mandeville. I couldn't go to work Friday morning. I just had to phone my employer and tell my employer what happened. When I called my employer after it happened, my employer communicated with my employer came, and he was very supportive. He's very supportive. He just called me and said, how me doing? And he has helped me to foot some bills.
The Manchester police have confirmed that they received this young woman's report and are presently investigating the matter. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. James Police Division, a man charged after being conned up by a cop for allegedly breaking into his car. So the man in question has since been identified as Mars Bell Davis, a 43-year-old man, and he's presently facing charges of malicious injury to property and simple larceny. Reports from the Montego Bay police suggest that sometime around 10:48 p.m. on Monday, the policeman saw Bell Davis allegedly breaking the glass of his motor car and removing a bag from his vehicle. The lawman reportedly called out to the thief, who ran. It is said that he was chased by the policeman. During the chase, Bell Davis was reportedly seen attempting to remove an item from his waistband. The police stated that the cop, in fear of his life, drew his firearm and opened fire, hitting Bell Davis, who fell to the ground. The police team was alerted, which assisted Bell Davis to the hospital, and he was treated. Bell Davis was placed into custody and subsequently charged. His court date is presently being finalized. Yeah, man. Now, another incident go on, and a whole heap of hush-hush surrounding this particular knockings and clappings. It took place in the Charles Garden Market. It took place Wednesday. Yeah, man. Now, the body of this female was seen in the market, well carved up all over the upper body and head. And she has since been identified as Marlene. Marlene is said to be from the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled community of Mount Salem. She's from a Crawford Street address in Mount Salem. And she's also said to be the mother of internet sensation, a female known as Rose, who is known to come on social media and speak about her strange relationship with a male known as Expert. So, for Rose's mother get taken out in a hail of bullets in such a fashion and a bare hush-hush surrounding it, it is definitely saying something is very much fishy. So on the Spot News Media, most definitely I go dig deeper into this one and see if we can figure out why Rose's mother was brutally murdered in Charles Garden Market in such a fashion. Yeah, man. Now over there in the neighboring parish of Hanover, two brothers who attacked a man in Burnt Ground, Hanover, has been formally charged by the police. The two brothers have since been identified as Dwayne Hilton, age 36, also known as Gillo, and his 46-year-old brother Carlington Hilton, otherwise known as Trees, both of a Burnt Ground address, have been charged with knockings and clappings with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a prohibited weapon to commit an unlawful wounding and felony. Now, the incident occurred in the community on Saturday, November 16th. So reports reaching On The Spot News Media is that sometime around 9:40 a.m., a man was walking along the roadway when he was confronted by Dwayne, who reportedly brandished a firearm and opened gunfire at him. It is said that the man reportedly ran and was attacked by Carlington, who allegedly used a machete to inflict several wounds to the left side of his head and left hand. The two criminal elements allegedly escaped in the area on foot. The police were summoned to that scene, and while the man was being transported to the hospital by the police, he reportedly saw Dwayne, whom he pointed out to the police. The lawmen apprehended him. On Sunday, November 17, Carlington was also apprehended by the police during a police operation Dragnet. The brothers were charged on Tuesday, November 19th. A date for them to attend court is being finalized. Yeah, man. So another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.